again. Need to put up my Okay, oh, hello. Don't know what's happened there. Can you hear me all right still?
Can hear you.
Right, oh, where's the setting? Oh, here we go, settings. I don't know what I've done here. FaceTime. Ah, that's better. So, we've got hello Neva, hello Paranormal Side, hello Morgan with me, hello Ghostman, and Ghost Hunters. We have 4 people in chat. So, I'd like to introduce everyone. I mean, you all have met them before, but let's just introduce them formally again. We've got Moira and Pocket Watch. Tell everyone a little bit about yourselves.
Hi everyone. I'm a bit nervous to watch myself, but that was really good. It was a really good night.
That was such a cool explanation.
Now, Pocket Watch and what we've kind of made a new team. It's only been very, very recent. We've done 3 investigations together so far. And the one that you just watched was the very first investigation we've done together. And for me, that was really exciting because I've never had so much activity happen in the investigation before. And I have a feeling that's because we've got 2 meetings here. I think that might have sort of helped things along. Now, you'll actually see the other 2 investigations on Pocket Watch's channel. Thank you. Yes. So the link to Pocket Watch's channel will go up every 5 minutes, I think, because I don't want to be here very long. I just want to be here for a few moments to talk about the EVP.
Oh, that was awesome. Never heard him on the night.
No. And
no, I couldn't hear anything through that bloody REM pod going off. I was just deafened. Fucking jeez, that got me.
Absolutely. And Megan Hughes, Megan, I love you to bits. If you've ever been watching this, but seriously, you've got to not wear views next time you go out somewhere. Especially on wooden floorboards. Filters is the way to go. So I can tell you that I spent, what did you think of it? While you were there, obviously, and this is your first time watching, what do you think? What are your thoughts at the moment?
Could you turn your sound up a bit, Heather? People are saying in the chat that your volume's a bit low.
My microphone is pulled way back behind us. Sorry, I have my microphone behind the computer. I haven't needed to use it. Is that better?
Yep, that's clear.
Let me make sure that I'm using the proper mic. No.
Let's try the Rode.
That's
How's
better.
that? Is that better?
Excellent.
Oh, thank goodness. Yay. I should start this all over again. So you were there on the night and you're watching this for the first time today. What did you think of it? What are your thoughts on EVPs and what happened that night?
Yeah, the EVPs are really interesting. They were very in line with things that we were picking up and the things that we're experiencing. So that's really interesting. I wasn't sort of aware of any voices at the time. So, yeah, that's really cool.
No, nor was I. And I found it interesting with that one EVP, I can't remember which one it was, but it's the one that I'd repeated and then repeated on the still cam because the still cam doesn't get
Yeah.
much. The still cam's camera is terrible to say the least, and it actually picked up on the still cam as well. And I can't remember what one that was.
That was
never
the one
mind.
where Werner was coming down the stairs.
Yes,
It was
yes,
like a
yes.
growl.
Was it a growl and a hello or something like that? I can't remember. There were so many. And the thing is that I've never experienced so many EVPs in my life in any investigation that I've done. That was phenomenal. And I'm really actually interested to see what other people think. I mean, I invited a few people to come up and have a chat to me about it in the live stream, but obviously that didn't come to pass. But never mind, that's all right. They're in the chat. So let's see. The growl was creepy. Let's go back into the chat and see what other people thought because, you know, it's okay to debunk, and that was a crazy premiere. I have to watch again. Absolutely, it really was. Hello, fam. Walkage with me is here. So what did other people think about the EVP? Hello, everyone. That was a great video, guys. Thank you very much. We were very lucky to have, both me and Werner, was very lucky to have Moira and Pocket Watch there. Oh, you can't hear me. Too many people saying they can't hear me. There we are. Much better. Yeah, much better, much better. Hello, Werner. Not my Werner, but another Werner. A friend of mine, Werner.
Wouldn't have thought there'd be more than one in the world.
I know.
Not too many out there.
I think once. Yes.
Like only a few Moiras, not too many of us.
No. Ducking autocorrect. Yeah, the growl was creepy. So I'd like to know what other people thought. The EVPs were crazy. I need to watch again as there was so much. Yeah, there was a lot going on. And I tell you what, it took me a week to edit that. And the reason why is that there were EVPs. I said, well, okay, they're EVPs. And then I'd listen to it again and they're not. Then I'd listen to it again and then I decided they are. And then I'd edit and re-edit and re-edit and re-edit. And yeah, so.
The one that really stood out to me, because it seemed like Werner answered it. When you were asking, I think it was if there was somewhere that it wanted Werner to go, and when you were using the dowsing rods, and then there was a voice that said, "Yeah," and then I think Werner then sort of said, "All right."
Yep, and he did this motion with his head, like sort of stroked his head and went, oh.
So even though, like, yeah, there was a yeah, and then he said, "All right." It was very much like he was replying to it, whether or not he actually heard it or not. But
well,
that really
yeah.
stood out to me.
Yeah, maybe there was something in his head or something. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, because he had that attachment, so maybe he had an awareness of it.
Maybe he could. I wish he was here. Unfortunately, he's working today. I told him to jump on if he could, but obviously it's a nice day. Everybody would be taking their bottles in hands, fishing in today, so he must be busy. Yeah, sorry. It says my internet is unstable, but my internet's always unstable. So I may come in and out.
From this screen anyway.
Yeah. Thank you.
King Ismail.
I'm just going to call King Ismail. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I was a little bit like, as I said, yeah, listening to all that, I'm like, oh, is this real? Is this just my imagination? Um, we've never had an attachment, or I don't know if he was attached or attacked. Do you think Werner had an attachment, or was Werner being attacked? And is there a difference?
Maybe we're getting into splitting hairs a bit. I don't know. I mean, when we were sort of holding hands over him to try and loosen it, I could definitely feel the presence there. And then even after that, I like positioned myself between him and where I felt that energy the strongest, which was sort of just behind there, just to the side of that room. Fluff and stuff. I don't know that he necessarily asked to be attacked, but I know that Werner has often said in the past things like, you can use my energy. So whether or not something took advantage of that. But when you're dealing with things that aren't particularly nice, your consent isn't really respected anyway. So
I have to admit that sometimes I'm not always as careful as we ought to be when we go out. Sort of forget.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, that's kind of the risk that you take, because if you completely close yourself off, then are you really experiencing what might be there? So at some point you are opening yourself up. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like talking to strangers, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
can be fine and can be a bit hairy.
Absolutely. I guess you never know what you're going to get until you get there. And to the best of my knowledge, that place hasn't been investigated before. I haven't seen any research on anyone investigating that hotel.
I've
But
seen
it's in an
some.
area that's known for its hauntings as well.
A
So
lot
I'm
of the
not.
port has, quite a lot of haunted, haunting reports.
Yep.
Yes,
It
and
was
there's
very.
another hotel there that we're sort of looking at planning on investigating if we can get in, which will be exciting. Yeah. So
But we
It
can
was
have,
when
actually a place back then, and lots of people were killed, especially in the 1800s, 1900s, and then you had the Industrial Revolution happen, which brought in steamboats and all that. So even more accidents happened with industrialization. So
yeah. As you said,
abs-
in the part one walk through, it was the real working class pub. So these are the people who, had the more likelihood of workplace mishaps, and these are people
absolutely.
who are doing the hard work.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And I mean, it would have had, it would not have been. How can I say? It's definitely a Wolfie's pub. So the ladies wouldn't have stuck to the well, some of the women would not have stuck to the ladies' lounge. There would definitely have been a little bit of debauchery and things going on as well. I would assume back in the 1800s, it wasn't uncommon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just talking to someone yesterday who works down the port, and he was saying, they'd go down the pub at their break and have a couple of pints, and at the lunch break go down for a schnitzel and another couple of pints, and go back to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
they
wouldn't
go back to
necessarily
the
say
pub.
he
But
invited it.
back in
He
those
could have.
days, you could. You'd always go to the pub
Absolutely.
for lunch, come back to work half cut.
Oh yeah. And you could like just spend your lunch break just drinking, and that's fine. There was no health and safety back then.
Mm.
He could have invited it then. Absolutely, he could have. But I have a feeling it would have happened whether Werner invited it or not. Um, Ruth Over Garden Love, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Terry and Al saying hello to everyone. Now I want to get back to this one. I heard if you charge a room up with a Tesla coil, spirits won't necessarily have to drain your batteries on your equipment. You wouldn't have to really invite them to use your personal energy, etc. Wow.
Yeah, I've heard of this theory too of people using Tesla coils or static machines or various other things, sort of as a way of boosting or offering energy to spirits.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, absolutely. Even water. Water is energy giving, I've heard.
Mhm.
yeah, places with running water are said to, be more conductive or or supportive, I guess, to spiritual phenomena.
I
But
don't
you
know
can
how big
also
Tesla.
create energy yourself. You can do some energy raising yourself. And so the spirit doesn't have to drain you or your equipment. Um, just negotiate it at the start. Because you want them to communicate with you. And each time, each interaction, that drains their energy. So by the time you ask them 3 times for verification on different devices to rule out anything that could be debunked, they're already used half their dues. So,
Hmm.
and you've got another hour or two of asking them questions. So, um, you've got to be a bit fair and a bit considerate.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. Yes, yes.
I would, and this is just me, so make your own decision. But if you are wanting to interact with spirit and to the point of opening yourself up to listen to them, even before you offer your energy, I would really recommend learning to ground and center yourself. Having that grounding to come back to is really important and can help protect yourself from getting all your energy sapped.
So the thing I took out of a case and had in my hand when Werner was feeling really drained, it is it's an energy wand, and that version has two massive ports, both side of a copper pipe tube wrapped in leather, and that can magnify energy. And that's the double one is a healing wand, and so I use that to put against his spine to do a quick grounding. So
Mm.
then he was able to want to go and start walking again. Before he had to sit down, he couldn't stand. He was being that drained.
No,
But after Moira
yes.
and I worked on him, he was able to go, yep, I want to walk to a room. I'm being led somewhere.
Actually, it's funny. I'm not going to, because there is a part three, as you know. I'm not going to give anything away, but is it 12 o'clock? It's 12
It is.
o'clock. All my clock's going to start chiming in a minute. But do you know now? I didn't actually put all the walking footage in. I know Werner's got a lot more that he took himself as he was walking. But do you know he was led outside twice? One was that little veranda, off the
Mhm.
what is now the dining room. Would have been the front bar at one stage, turned into the dining room. And the other time he was shown outside was on the balcony.
Oh,
And
right.
I wasn't recording this, and I maybe the spirit wants to kill you or something like
Mhm.
that. And because I know Werner almost walked through those like the main hallway doors onto the balcony. I'm like, no, don't go out there, Werner. It may want to kill you. But I mean, Werner didn't. That's not on the camera, but that happened on the
On
night.
another occasion as well, I was with Werner and we were doing the upstairs, and he was compelled to go out the doors onto the veranda again. And I said to him, he said to whoever it was compelling him, no, I'm not going to go back out there on the veranda. And I said, they want you to have an accident. So the veranda is falling down. It has no railings. It's very unstable, very unsafe. Earlier on the
The floor's quite rotten too.
daytime vision, Werner did a walk around that veranda and got footage. He walked very close to the wall and holding on to the wall as he was walking around. So there was no wiggle room for the spirits to go, oh, okay, it was too close to the edge, you just fill us up. So, because remember, one of the spirits that Moira sensed at the start was a trickster kind of spirit. So they like to lure you, have a joke, have some fun, bring out a little bit of fear. Fear always builds energy for them. So,
Yes.
yeah.
I also wonder if it wasn't like I have to wonder if it wasn't like the alpha male spirit wanting Werner to leave, like get out of my pub as well. I don't know. I mean, I could. It could be. There could be a whole multitude of explanations, or it could even be in Werner's head. Who knows? I mean,
So,
if I was watching anyone else, if it wasn't Werner, I'd be like, really? But because
yeah,
I know
yeah.
it's Werner, I know what it's like. It's a real thing. But anyone else, I'll be like, really? And I'd probably turn off.
Well, because it's not something that can be picked up by. I mean, we had that bloody REM pod going off, and we had the cat balls going off, and all sorts of equipment going off. But how do you show an attachment? So it's something that was just experienced, and so therefore isn't necessarily easy to convey to people who weren't there.
No, well, that's right. That's right. And I noticed a certain because I know when I was looking back at that footage, I didn't realize at the time. When I was looking back at the footage, I was actually quite abrupt. And I cut a lot of that out because of people saw me like this. They kind of think I'm an absolute bitch.
They don't know that's why we love you.
And although I'm cutting this out because I'm yelling and screaming and doing all sorts, but that's not me. And I wonder whether I wasn't affected in one way that night. Because I was really, really tetchy, as in irritable,
Mhm.
and like short-tempered with
Yep.
everyone.
Spirits can make
Um,
that happen to you. Um,
sorry.
and they try and
Hmm.
spirits can make that happen to you. They can
Yeah,
project their feelings and energy onto you, and all of a sudden you're feeling pissed off and annoyed for no reason, and then you realize that okay, yep, this isn't me. I need to either step out or quickly realign my groundings and self protection, shielding up, make it a bit stronger, and then continue on. So just realize that it is spirit trying to mess with you.
yes, absolutely. I'm just going to go through some of the comments. I know somebody had. Hello, Dee. Hello, Essentially Mindful Parent Investigations. Thank you for joining us. Terry and Al, I think I've already welcomed them. Werner's here, of course. Reese are here. Thank you for joining us. I'm hoping you've all watched the video, or if you don't, you will watch the rerun. We've got 10 people in the chat at the moment, and there was, what did I start? This one. Have you all had anyone follow you home? Yes, Werner and I have had spirits follow us home. And I can tell you that we have a very strong spirit, and we believe it's Werner's mum who stops other spirits from actually coming inside. So this one spirit would run up and down the driveway. Front living room, we live in a flat, and our front room is off the driveway, and we see it through through the window quite often. In actual fact, one day, yes, I used to think it was just like my hair in my eyes, that bit of in my eyes, or a bird or something. And we were both sitting in the lounge one day, and we both saw something just dash past. And Werner looked at me, and I looked at Werner, and Werner goes, "Did you see that?" And I said, "Did you see it?" And I said, "And I saw it too." So it was at that time that we knew that it was a spirit, and we've had a few spirits follow us home. Generally speaking, we do go back to the places time and time again, and they will follow us and say, "Yeah, we don't mind," because so far the spirits that have followed us home have been very benign. And no one can come in without Werner's mother's permission.
We get spirit cats coming into our house regularly. We've also at the moment got a spirit chicken that's coming into the house. Moira often brings home spirits attached to items from op shops, and then has to do a little bit of spirit counselling to get them to go on. You're not staying with the bag, you're going. Let it go. So
I don't exert my will like that.
no, but you do.
But like, I'll be like, hey, you're attached here. Do you want to be? And they'll be like I had one that was like, I don't know how I got attached here. I'm like, okay, let's do a bit of a cleansing and see if we can get you loose. Yeah, there was a spirit in the house once that told me this fantastical story about riding into battle to free his true love from a tyrant, and got killed in the battle and never got to see his true love. And I was like, yep, cool story, dude. What can I do for you? And he was like, can I have a glass of wine? I'm like, all right, glass of wine, and you're out by the morning. He's like, okay.
I love it. Yeah, you've got one glass of wine and you're gone. That's it. Bars closed. 6 square.
Yeah. Cool story. Dude needs more dragons.
I've never thought about spirits. Yes, spirits can attach themselves to anything. So when people say that like something's haunted, it's not necessarily haunted, but it may have an attachment to it. Well, that's what I think, and I think the attachment.
Well, we're looking to definitions, because where's the line there?
Oh, hang on. I think spirits just come and go as they please.
Well, I think most of the time they do. I mean, honestly, like, spirits are everywhere, and but for a place to be like haunted, there. Like, does that mean that those spirits, can't go beyond there, or there's, a certain level of activity? Because, for me, spirits are everywhere.
Yes, thank you, Wayne. Don't forget to subscribe to Werner's Adventures. Oh, that's fine. Don't forget to subscribe to Werner's Adventures. There we go. That's it. Oh, no, that's Pocket Watch. Check him out. He might put up the footage, his version of the footage at the Colag Hotel itself, which will be great. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Pocket Watch. They've got an awesome channel, and they have put up the second and third investigation that we've done together. One at a train station, one at a church, and that's quite interesting as well. In the meantime, feel free to connect to each other in the chat and stuff. Check each other out. Yeah, so I think it's already been kind of announced, but never officially. But yeah, we are kind of like decided to create a new team that consists of me, Megan, Werner, Pocket Watch, and Moira. And it'll be interesting to see, you know, how the team develop, how we develop as a team, and you know what we can produce over the next however long. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And a couple
Just got to get a
things.
name.
Yeah, we need a name. We've come up with two names. I was actually thinking of holding a competition for, like, we're going to come up with 3 or 4 names, and have everyone like vote and have a competition and give a prize to whoever, you know, to the people who choose the most popular name, whatever name we choose. I don't know how it's going to work, but we've come up with 2. I did think of a third one, but I've slept since then. So.
Yeah, I thought of another one, but I think you can be taken 2 ways.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Anyway, if you haven't watched the video, go back and watch the video. Check out the EVPs. Let me know that, like, are they EVPs? Was it just me breathing? I know there are some sentences there that I know that it wasn't me because I was talking at the time, so it couldn't have been me. But mainly the groans and the howls and the cries and the sighs that I sort of wondered, well, was that me just moaning? Because I was trying to irritate all.
No, you usually do that in more syllables.
Yes, true. Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Moira and Pocket Watch, for joining us. You will see Moira on a Tits Out Tuesday tarot reading this week, assuming all goes well. And I shall see everyone in the next video or the next, tomorrow's live stream. 500 subscribers. Be there. Or don't be there.
And don't forget to do your notifications and all that good stuff to catch part 2 of this investigation.
Absolutely. So it's actually part 3. Part 1 was the walkthrough. Part 2 we've just premiered, and part 3 is on private. And as soon as I leave this live stream, I'll be putting part 3 on public. So go there, set your reminder, and watch part 3. And the EVP still come. Not as many as this video, but they're still there.
And there's no footage from Pocket Watch. I didn't take any footage on the night. This is.
I thought you did, but anyway, that's all right. Yeah, she's got other. They have other footage from our train track investigation. I might put some of that up as well. I'll see how I go. But yeah, awesome. Thank you. Good night, good morning, wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next live stream tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.